Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So if there's something I love talking about, you know it is makeups. I'm such a beauty junkie, but lately I've been looking through my cosmetic bag and realizing I've got a lot of crap in here. There are a lot of products, and so I cleaned out my makeup bag and discovered there are a lot of products in there, but I need them at certain occasions in my life, and I kind of can compare this to fashion and to style into your closet, that even though you have a little black dress or you have that button-down crisp white shirt, you don't wear them every day, but when you need them, you're glad that you have invested in those staples to have in your closet. So I decided to do a makeup bag spill of the makeup essentials and investments and staples that every makeup bag cannot live without. So before we get started, I want to let you know I'm going to break down every single category and the specific items you need within each category. So for example, like foundation, cheeks, eyes, lips, etc. But within each category, I'm not going to talk about like brands, specific colors, but I will be sure to list all that information in the comments below. So if you have a question about what specific tinted moisturizer that is or eyeliner, all the details will be listed below. So let's start with foundation. Here are the 3 key items you need in your foundation inventory. So first off, it is your CC Tinted Moisturizer with SPF. This is probably gonna be what you reach for every day, days you're running errands. You're not gonna put a full coverage foundation on every single day. So this is gonna be your everyday item. Second, when you know you're gonna be being photographed, maybe for an event, or you're headed out for a birthday party or something that's gonna live on social media, reach for an HD foundation. And last but not least, a full coverage foundation. This might be for when you've got a blemish, when your skin is in bad shape, when you know you're gonna be going from morning to night. So something that's gonna last from day to night. Next up, it's your concealers. So for your concealers, you're gonna want one for your blemishes, one for your under eyes. For your blemish concealer, you're gonna want this to be about a shade or 2 lighter than your foundation. I'm a yellow tone, so this is a shade or 2 lighter and a yellow tone. Now, for your under eyes, you're gonna want this to be more of a cool tone, kind of with blue, red, rosy undertones. The reason for that is because it's gonna help neutralize the bags under your eyes. So, one for your blemishes, one for under eyes. Next, we're moving on to your cheeks. So first, let's start with a setting powder. I like a translucent setting powder that's kind of a neutral color, so no matter if I am tan, if I'm not tan, I can use it to set my concealer, I can use it to touch up on the places I get oily. Next up, bronzers. You're gonna want 2 bronzers. You're like, why do I need 2 bronzers? I've only ever bought one. Courtney, you're ridiculous. I like a bronzer that's more red-based and a bronzer that's more brown-based. This is helpful for kind of like, in the summertime, my skin has a little bit more of a red undertone for when I've been out in the sun or if I've been at the lake or whatever. And then during the winter, my skin doesn't have those red undertones. So red bronzer looks really weird on my skin. So I want something that's a little bit more of a brown bronze hue. So you can also use these if you're a contour gal. You can use the red one kind of here a little bit more on your cheeks, and the brown one a little bit more to contour the bones on your cheeks. So a brown based and a red based. Next up, you've got your blush. I'm really into palettes right now, and so this one has like my blush, and then I can kind of mix all these to kind of get the perfectly little rosy hue on your cheeks. So a blush, and finally a highlighter. 2 types. You might be more of a powder girl, or maybe you're more of a dewy, like liquid highlighter girl. Either way, you've got options. A powder is gonna last you a lot longer than a liquid one is. Hey, a girl needs options. Let's move on to eyes. So, girls, if you don't know, now you know, get your brows in order. When you're finding a brow pencil, look for one that you've got your pencil on one side. You also have a powder, and you also have a spoolie. So this could be 3 separate items, but I've been able to find a product that has all 3 items in one. Next up, the perfect palette. You want a palette, when you're shopping for a palette, that has every type of color you might ever need. Creams for highlighting, you want your neutrals for every day, and then you want your darker shades for when you want to create more of that like nighttime smoky look. No need to buy a million different colors, just find a good palette that has them all in it. Next up, eyeliners. A brown one and a black one. Sometimes you want a brown, sometimes you want a black. I know it seems weird to buy the same thing in 2 colors, but hey, if you like it, buy it in every color. And last up, your mascaras. One everyday mascara and one waterproof mascara. I can't tell you how many times I've bought waterproof mascara while I'm traveling because I wind up somewhere and I know we're gonna be outside or by a body of water at the ocean or at the lake or whatever, and I'm like, ugh, I don't have a waterproof, and I get so mad at myself. So I've learned the hard way that now just always have a waterproof with you just in case. Okay, now when it comes to your lips, I say less is more, but then build within each category. So find a neutral lipstick and then find a neutral lip gloss. The lip gloss you can wear over the lipstick, or you can even wear it by itself. Next up, the reds. A liner and a lipstick is all you need. And once you find your perfect red, I mean, really, you're done. So get your liner, get your lipstick. I say forget a red gloss, forget a red sheer, make whatever you purchase in red. You always want it to be matte. And lastly, let's not forget about the sponges and the brushes and the tools that your makeup kit cannot live without. So first off, it's a beauty blender. You guys, I never really understood why these were so important, but these are great for blending, for retouching, for applying everything. You can wash them, reuse them, so they are a major, major, major product that your kit definitely needs. Next up, your foundation brush. Smooth out all your foundation. You also need a concealer or highlighting brush. This is a brush that you can use under your eyes. You could also use it for your blemishes, and you could also use it to help line your brow bone if you're doing like contouring and highlighting underneath your brow bone. Next up, you need a blending brush for your eyeshadow, a brush for your powder. So when you set your foundation and you touch up with when you're oily, you need a powder brush, a bronzing brush, because like we love being bronzed. And lastly, a brush that serves as kind of a dual purpose. I use this one for my blush and I use it for my highlighter because it's kind of all in the same little category. Well, whether I use them today, I use them tomorrow, or I use them, you know, in 3 months, these are the products that my makeup kit certainly cannot live without. Be sure to leave in the comments below. Let me know, is there a product I forgot? Is there a product that I need to have in my inventory that might change my life? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and be sure to head over to currently.com for even more makeup inspiration. Those bags under your eyes.
That one didn't make sense. You said the wrong word.
1 or 2 shades lighter than, I need to start that whole thing over again. I worded something totally wrong just now. You're gonna